Holy smokes. Good morning, Kickstarter. We crossed over 100 backers in this Kickstarter yesterday. Holy smokes. And as if to add contrast to that, this morning Kickstarter emails me and says, "Hey, do you remember the Royal Game of Kickstarter? You launched that a year ago and it was successful. Yay!" Yeah. But in every way, this Kickstarter has blown that one out of the water. Not only has it been more successful in terms of number of backers and money raised, but this is going to be a fun project to fulfill because I'm going to be able to hand you guys a bunch of 3D files and be done in an instant. And you guys will have just more rewards than this one kicked out. So really, this is a better Kickstarter than that one in every measurable way. And I have you guys to thank for that. You guys are amazing and you keep this going. And we have new backers because of that. So hello guys, welcome to the party. Be sure to go through the backlogs of updates because we got some really cool things there, including that low Polysaurus gate. It's available for download. Link in the previous posts about this one. I also feel the weight of your guys' support and presence. And so I'm going to make this a good Kickstarter for you. I'm really feeling that. And maybe that's why I couldn't update yesterday because I just needed a little bit of time to process that. But like I say, you guys are awesome and I'm feeling you out there. And I'm not going to let you down. This is going to be so good. Now, business-wise, we got a couple of things to talk about. Number one, I've got some 3D models to make, and I've got tomorrow, the 4th of July, and the live stream in the evening on the 5th of July to do that. So I hope you guys will join me on the 5th of July for the live stream that I will be having over on YouTube. So good, and we'll talk about what models I'm going to be making here soon. But if you guys have been getting the codes, and you guys that I've been sending the codes to have been using the codes, and lots of you are getting some very, very cheap sample filament, which is a great way to do a multicolored. I've been printing a lot of these with samples that I got from similar packs like this because, yeah, it's really easy. First of all, they have brilliant colors, and I want this to be bright and vibrant and have lots of colors. And there's plenty in one of these spools for two of these dinosaurs, actually. So it's a great deal, and you guys have been taking advantage of it. Keep doing that. We're not done yet. We're at about the halfway point with that, and there will be, I feel bad that I can only give it to 40 of you, but there will be 40 of you getting it, and it's not just going to be the most frequent, most early backers, and it's not just going to be the big backers, although I might be favoring those ones a little bit, but I always make sure that every day there's one or two random people just pulled out of the list and given it, so everybody's got a chance to get their hands on this, but unfortunately not everybody is going to. I feel bad about that, but I'm glad that for 40 of you, I was able to give you this value add. See if I can swing something like that in the future. I don't know. It pays to, work with the professor. So, craziness. Which dinosaurs are coming next? The survey results are in. Let's talk about that real fast. So here's the survey results, and if you remember over here on the side, here are the dinosaurs we voted on. We've got the hornhead dinosaur, we've got the plesiosaurus, the Loch Ness monster creature. I need to learn how to pronounce this one correctly, so let me give it a try. Stygimoloch? Stygimoloch? I'm going to figure it out, guys. So the Stygimoloch, the bonehead, that guy, he is in there as well. Let's see, we got basically the dinosaur version of Wolverine, a giant turtle. You guys see Never-Ending Story? Ooh, yeah, we're going to do that. And then we got, I like to call this little guy the Porgosaur. If you have not looked up this particular dinosaur, the Anurognathus, I don't know, terrible name for it. They should just call it the Porgosaur. It's got this cute little stub face, and they think that it had feathers, and it's a flying dinosaur, and it's just so cute. Anyways, those are the dinosaurs that we are voting on this time, and here are the results. So in the end, the Stygimoloch, the bonehead dinosaur, came out number one with 34% of the vote, just barely over a third. However, look at the remainder. The plesiosaurus, the Loch Ness monster, came in with just under a third. These two were so close in the end. It makes my teeth hurt. They were so close. And then the giant turtle came in with a quarter of the vote. However, that's not the whole story. The whole story is that you guys remember I said that I was going to make this a exclusive to the people here on Kickstarter. Well, about midway through the day, I was looking at the number of people who were voting and seeing it drop off to basically zero, and I thought maybe I could do a little data gathering here. So here's your guys' vote. 44 total responses came in from Kickstarter because you were the only ones who had this poll at the time. But about noon here, this little, it's not a bump, but it is higher than the curve should have been. I bumped it over to my Patreon backers and I said, hey guys, why don't you tell me what you want? Now, again, you guys produced 44 results. They produced maybe 5 or 6 or 7 in the time that they had it exclusively. It really wasn't super uh, it didn't change a whole lot. It really wasn't super effective. But that's probably because a lot of you who are Kickstarter backer or are Patreon backers are also you already got your votes in because you were a Kickstarter backer already. And you guys are the ones who I want to hear from most. Now, you see this big bump right here. What happened here? Well, I decided let's see what the public is doing, how much they're affecting it. So I bumped it over to Twitter. And Twitter, yeah, it produced a bump, but it was only 9 or 10. Now, it wasn't my most effective tweet. I didn't put a picture on it. It could be different. And I also didn't bump it over to YouTube. I like having this trend data, though. I like being able to see this because let me show you how this affects the results that we got. So in the end, the Stygimoloch won. Definitely. You guys voted him number one. He took an early lead, and it was his race to lose. However, you guys on Kickstarter had our Archelon, our big turtle, in number 2. And before I bumped it over to Twitter, it was the Stygimoloch and the Archelon, number 1 and number 2. But when I bumped it over to Twitter, Nessie, which was just below the Archelon, got a huge boost, and it took him to the number 2 position. Now this gets complicated because of the $100 backers who we got in these past couple of days. See, if you back at $100, you get to pick a dinosaur, it gets thrown in. And one of those $100 backers, one of them hasn't decided what they want yet, but the other one said, you know what? I'm going to let the public decide. Whatever came in number 2, we're going to go with that one. Well, according to the Kickstarter votes, the giant turtle came in number 2. But once I bumped it over to everybody else, the Loch Ness monster. Now, I'm going to go with Kickstarter on this one. So the $100 backer, Joe, you have backed the giant turtle, which is great. Love the giant turtle. The Loch Ness monster, though, we got to get him in there. We got to figure out a way to get him in there. And hey, you know, we'll figure something out. There will be other votes. We'll work on it. But it's so close that I really just want to throw it in there. So I think that it's a safe bet that it'll be in there in the future. But who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. Right now, I've got those 2 to model. And I've got some other models that are going on because I want to produce some promotional items for the Kickstarter. So we'll see what happens. I've got the 4th of July. Of course, I'm going to be spending time with my family, so I'm not going to be spending the whole time working on models, but I'll probably get one out there. And then on the 5th of July, I've got my pre-birthday live stream, and I'll do a model during that as well as talking about the future of the channel and what's going to happen with that in the future. So there we go. That's the results of the poll. I hope you guys are excited for the new dinosaurs. I've got some work to do, and hopefully we can keep the speed going, guys. I'm really impressed that there hasn't been a dead day on this Kickstarter yet, and at this point is when most Kickstarters hit a lull. We haven't stopped yet. But that's on you guys. You guys are awesome, and I really, really appreciate that. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to show you. Hold on. Okay, I've got this old origami book, and I was flipping through it for no particular reason. Actually, because I remember this illustration is why I was flipping through. I want to show you this really cool illustration. Now, a lot of times, these low poly dinosaurs have been equated to origami for people, and I love the little cavemen they have. They made them out of a bird base, but I love the little cavemen fighting the dinosaur. Low poly cavemen fighting the dinosaur. Oh, that would be super cool. I don't know. We may put that into a future poll, but I thought I'd show you that because I thought, oh, that's really neat looking. I kind of enjoy that. But I know. Technically, dinosaurs and cavemen never actually met each other. Maybe as far as the woolly mammoth, but it's still fun and cool. You want a Fred Flintstone sliding down the Brontosaurus or Diplodocus? Same thing, just different scale. But I wanted to show you that because I'm seeing dinosaurs everywhere. This Kickstarter is rewiring my brain. But all right, guys, I got to get to work. I appreciate what you guys do. Thank you very much. And as always, safety first. See you next time.